You didn't expect this, did you? I bet you didn't know that certain aggressive fish can coexist peacefully with others that seem completely incompatible. That's right. Aquariums are full of rules, but also surprising exceptions that defy logic. The truth is that some of the most unlikely combinations are precisely the ones that work best when we understand the behavior and needs of each species. If you've ever thought about mixing fish that would never work because you heard about it in some forum or group, this video is for you. Today, we're going to break myths, show 10 unusual combinations that actually work, and explain why they work in practice. But it's not just about putting everything in the same aquarium. There are secrets, precautions, and pitfalls that you need to know beforehand. Shall we begin? 1. Betta with Corydoras. Many people think that bettas have to live alone, and in fact, they are territorial with other long-finned fish. But with Corydoras, the scenario changes completely. These bottom-dwelling fish are peaceful, live in schools, and don't compete for space with the betta. Furthermore, they keep themselves busy on the substrate, while the betta prefers to swim closer to the surface. This natural division reduces stress and avoids conflicts. A tip is to choose an aquarium of at least 20 liters, well-planted and with hiding places, and never add new fish abruptly. Gradual adaptation is essential. 2. Goldfish with loach. Loach. This combination is one of the most unusual, but it works very well. Goldfish like cold water and are slow and calm fish. The loach, or snakefish, also prefers cold water and has a curious behavior. It buries itself and loves to explore the bottom. Despite looking very different, they share the same water parameters and get along well. The loach is peaceful, active at night, and doesn't bother the goldfish. I believe you didn't know, but the loach can predict changes in the weather. When it gets agitated, a storm may be coming. 3. Neon tetra with ramirezis. Here we have a classic contrast, the small, agitated school of neon tetras with the calmer, more territorial behavior of the ramirezi. The secret is to set up a well-planted aquarium, with refuge zones for the ramirezi and open space for the school to swim. Ramirezi tend to focus on the territory at the bottom and middle of the aquarium, while neon tetras stay more in the center. Harmony appears when each has his space respected, and the visual effect of this combination is spectacular. 4. Mollies with sword tails and platies. This is one of those combinations that many people have made without realizing it. Despite the differences in shape and color, these species share the same active behavior, similar diet, and are quite hardy. They live well in groups, are peaceful, and tolerate small variations in water parameters. Ideal for community aquariums and for beginners. Myth: mollies need salt in the water. This is only true in therapeutic cases. In balanced aquariums, there is no need to add salt. 5. Barbs with larger tetras. Controlled energy with the right group. Barbs, especially tiger barbs, have a reputation for being aggressive by nipping at the fins of other fish. But this behavior is more related to the context than to the species itself. When kept in large groups, 6 to 8 individuals or more, and with suitable companions, they become much more sociable and focus their energy within the group itself. Avoid slow-swimming fish with long fins, such as bettas or guppies. Instead, combine barbs with larger, faster tetras, such as the black tetra or the scalloped tetra. These species keep up with the pace of the aquarium and are not intimidated by the movement of the barbs. The result is an extremely active and visually interesting aquarium with strong colors and dynamic behavior. To maintain balance, provide space, plants, and efficient water circulation. This way, each fish finds its space and the environment remains stable and natural. 6. Angelfish with Corydoras and tetras. Elegance with balance in the community aquarium. The angelfish, Pterophyllum scalare, commands respect with its upright posture and long fins, but it is possible to keep it in well-planned community aquariums. In tanks of 100 liters or more, with sufficient height, it can coexist peacefully with adult tetras and Corydoras. The faster tetras, such as Mato Grossos or rummy-nosed tetras, usually escape easily from any hunting attempt, and Corydoras, because they live on the bottom, rarely come into conflict with the acara. However, avoid very small fish, such as juvenile neon tetras, which can be mistaken for food. An important tip is to create separate visual zones using logs, rocks, and tall plants. This helps to divide the territory, reduces tension, and provides hiding places for the more timid fish, making the environment more stable and natural. 7. Guppies with danios. Delicacy and energy that complement each other. At first glance, guppies and danios seem incompatible. Guppies are small, delicate, and have a calm swimming style, while danios are extremely active and fast. However, in an aquarium with good space and oxygenation, this combination can work surprisingly well. Danios prefer to swim in groups, usually at the top of the aquarium, and their constant movement helps to keep the water better distributed and even prevent the accumulation of dirt. Guppies, on the other hand, are more dispersed, exploring the aquarium calmly and usually occupy the middle of the tank. A common mistake is keeping too few danios. They need to be in schools of at least 6 individuals to feel safe and not bother the other fish. With this structure, the aquarium gains life, diversity, and an interesting dynamic without stress for the inhabitants. 8. Rainbowfish with Corydoras and gouramis. Movement and colors in harmony. Rainbowfish of the genus Melanotania are an excellent choice for those who want a dynamic, colorful, and peaceful aquarium. Active and sociable, they stand out not only for their elegant shape, but also for their vibrant coloration, which changes throughout the day. Males in particular display more intense tones in the early morning hours, creating a true spectacle at dawn. These fish stay in the middle and upper parts of the aquarium and combine very well with calm gouramis, such as the pearl or honey gourami, which bring a calm presence and striking visual impact. At the bottom, the Corydoras complete the team, exploring the substrate in groups and keeping the aquarium clean of leftover food. The coexistence between these species is balanced, and each occupies a different area of the tank. This creates an aquarium full of layers of behavior, with smooth and visually rich interactions. 9. Oscar with large catfish. Possible coexistence with well-defined limits. The Oscar, or Astronotus ocellatus, is known for both its size and its dominant personality. It can reach over 30 centimeters and tends to interact intensely with its environment, moving objects and exploring the entire space. Therefore, it needs a large aquarium, at least 200 liters, with good filtration and open areas for swimming. Although territorial, the Oscar can coexist with large plecos or other robust catfish, as long as they don't fit in its mouth and don't try to compete for territory. Species like the Plecostomus are ideal. They spend their time at the bottom, are discreet, and help with the cleaning. Avoid any small, slow, or decorative fish. In this environment, they quickly become food. 10. Paradise fish with rasboras and ricefish. A balance between beauty and personality. The paradise fish, also known as Macropodus opercularis, is one of the first ornamental fish bred in aquariums in the West, and to this day, it captivates with its exotic appearance and vibrant colors. Although it has a delicate look, this fish is surprisingly hardy and able to live in varied conditions, including tanks without a thermostat. But be aware, the paradise fish's behavior can be territorial, especially among males of the same species or with other labyrinth fish, such as Bettas or Colisas. Therefore, it is ideal to keep only one male per aquarium and avoid companions with a dominant profile or showy fins. To create a harmonious coexistence, a good combination is rasboras and ricefish. These species are small, fast, and peaceful, which helps to minimize any attempt at aggression. The result is a visually balanced and dynamic aquarium, ideal for those seeking something different
without sacrificing practicality. In tanks between 40 and 60 liters, well-planted and with visual refuges, this mix works very well. Remember to keep the water quality always stable and offer a varied diet, with commercial fish food and live or frozen food. The first impression of a fish is not always enough to decide if it can live with others. By understanding their behavior, needs, and ideal spaces, we discover combinations that seem impossible, but that work incredibly well. Setting up a community aquarium goes far beyond just putting together pretty fish. It's about creating a harmonious ecosystem, and that requires observation, patience, and information. If you liked these ideas and want to try any of these combinations, comment here which one you found most surprising. Take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos with tips and real experiences about aquariums. Until next time.